gonna be in Japan. Alright, have a nice me by your side. I became a fucking retard and immediately made 7 times more money. In this video I am going to expose how being smart/intelligent can completely destroy your business, just like it did for me. But before I say anything for you, why should you even trust me? Here is some proof that what I am about to tell you actually works. I was poor. I was not born in a rich country. I am from the Lithuania, fucking Soviet Slavic country. You get what I mean. We are poor. I was poor. I had 24 bucks, euros, in my bank. I was scared to go and have a dinner somewhere because I knew that I will lose half of my bank account. And you know what is the crazy part? At this point, I was smart. I was intelligent and I was making no fucking money. The moment I became retarded, just like I am today, you can see I am not the most wise or smartest guy ever. I started closing deals. I started making sales. I made the money. I started traveling, doing cool shit with my life. I started to love my life. So, how the fuck did I actually do it? First of all, retards usually win in business and life. Let me tell you why. I had some friends who were into business and they were way smarter than me. Bro, I was one of those retards who were just uploading to YouTube, no clue what the fuck am I doing, and they're sitting there fucking researching how to have a better click-through rate, better retention rate, all of those fucking graphs and shit. I was the retard in the group. They were making so much research about how to act on a sales calls, what specific offer to give, how to do the cold outreach, etc. And I don't say that's bad. Learning is cool, but listen up. I was that little goblin who just went out there, booked calls, with no clue how to even sell. I was not able to even speak at English properly, or even how to deliver the service. And I made 10 times more money than them. How does that work, Asperis? My story. I'm not going to expand about it too much, but we kind of need to touch on this part. I was posting to YouTube for about 250 plus days. And I was posting daily. It's about 250 plus uploads from the day I started. And at one moment I really wanted to get into sales because I have been going out there posting that YouTube content. This is actually the first ever video I posted. You can see the English level I had with this taining technique. So you get a point how fucking pathetic I was. How do I zoom out? Fuck. But I have been uploading to YouTube for about 250 days, haven't made a single penny yet, and I really wanted to get into sales because I knew that's the way how people make money. It's not through getting views and getting monetized. Maybe they make like few $1,000, but I wanted to make more. I had bigger dreams than that. And guess what? I started overthinking. Oh, how it's gonna go. Nobody is gonna listen to me. I don't know how to speak at English, blah, blah, blah. I was acting like I was this intelligent, smart motherfucker, and maybe it's not the right timing right now, etc. To be honest, I was just scared. But the moment I started to act like a retard, I just turned my brain off and just did. Just did. Just knew what needs to be done, and I just did. Created a school community, started booking sales discovery calls with no clue what the fuck I was doing. Bro, look at this picture. This is me. In my mom's basement. Literally. This is my mom's basement. I went down with my horrible ass looking clothes I haven't washed in like fucking months. And I just used to go down, hop on calls with my phone, and try to sell something. Yep. I did not even know how to send over the Stripe invoice. That's how horrible I was. I remember being on a sales call. I was on a sales call and I was supposed to sell to this guy. He is like, okay, let's go. This was supposed to be my first ever sale. But I was so retarded, I did not know how to send over the Stripe invoice. And I lost the fucking sale. And I felt like shit. But right now you get a point. I was a retard and I just did. I just tried it with no clue what the fuck I was doing. And guess what? I made the money. I started getting sales. And after that point, I came up with this secret business success formula that I came up with myself because I am a fucking genius. Basically, how it looks like. It's your current percentage of chance of winning X volume times volume equals the result. Seems simple enough, right? But here is the cool part. The fastest way to increase your current percent of chance of winning is through repetition. It's just through doing more and more and more stuff. That's the way you become better. So especially at the beginning of your journey, you can't just be focused on volume. Plus reflecting how it went and win against 99% of other intelligent, smart, overthinkers, entrepreneurs. And I will tell you there are some exceptions, but let me give you some examples first. Sales calls. How do you get better at sales calls? Is through hopping on more sales calls. That's the biggest ROI activity you can do in terms of actually becoming better at sales calls. Right now, one of my friends, Simon, if you're watching this, bro, what's up? He hopped on his first ever sales call and he did quite a bit of research before of how to do it. He prepared this big Notion template and stuff like that. He really made a lot of research, so he was not a retard. He really made a lot of research before hopping on a call. Guess what? He hopped in and he messed it up. Why? Because it was his first ever sales call. It doesn't matter the amount of preparation you do before. It's about doing the thing itself. Like cold approaching. It's the most straightforward thing ever. You can be watching 10-hour guides on how to cold approach girls. I will be honest, I was doing that shit. It's fucking pathetic, I know. But the way you actually become better is just through cold approaching girls. You will learn more about cold approaching, you will become better at that while cold approaching 50 girls than watching 20-hour course on how to cold approach, if you have never done that. There is always a place for knowledge that I am going to talk about a bit later, but the exact same thing, YouTube videos. You can go and research how to make the best YouTube video, or be the fucking goblin like me who just recorded a lot of videos and posted them on the internet. That's the way I got better. Cold calling, doing cold calls. You either learn about it, you get a point. Not expanding about it too much, I know it's getting a bit boring. Disclaimer, I don't say learning is bad. It's fucking amazing, bro. But where most of the people mess up is they spend way too much time learning instead of actually doing the real thing. Learning can be a form of procrastination. Something clicks? I really hope it does. Because for you to actually make more sales, what do you really have to do? Cold outreach to more people, hop on more sales calls. And like volume negates luck every single time. And the formula I showed you before, that it's your percentage chance of winning times volume, the cool part about it, that volume ups your percentage chance of winning, so the only thing you have to do is just put in the reps. But learning can be such a good way of procrastinating, because it's easier to watch a video on sales calls than actually hopping on a sales call itself, and it makes you feel productive. So learning can be a form of procrastination, my friend. Moral of the story, just act. Turn off your brain, become a retard. Retards usually win. Turn off your brain and just do stuff. Turn off your brain, stop thinking too much and just do. Just act. That's the only thing you need. Bro, you need to hop on those sales calls? Just hop in. I used to hop on sales calls trying to sell while not knowing how the sales calls even work, while not even knowing how I am going to deliver the service. That's how fucking insane I was. But I used to give money back guarantees, because if I am not going to be able to deliver, I will just give you your money back, so we have nothing to lose. I just did. I made no fucking research before. I just hopped on calls. That's the way I became rich. And that's the way how other people also make money. It's just through acting like a retard. Just doing, trying, seeing what happens. Hop on that sales call before learning how to sell. Cold approach that girl before watching a 2-hour cold approach video. You are going to learn more from cold approaching 10 girls than from watching 15-hour guide on how to cold approach girls. I said this before, I will say it again. Stop overthinking stuff and just act. This is how you make cash. As simple as that, bro. That's all I wanted to say, bro. If you are an online entrepreneur who would love to lock in with his daily habits, so you're going to make way more money online, you just crave to get that period of time when you have an insane focus for 100 days straight, I have a protocol. Yep, this is me trying to sell to you, but it's fucking life-changing. I can't give it away for free. I have a protocol that forces entrepreneurs to lock in on their businesses for 100 days straight, eliminate all distractions, eliminate all of the procrastination you have in your life, and just be laser focused on your business for 100 days straight. So you're going to come out as a person who has 2, 3, 4, sometimes in some cases even 5 times bigger business, more income, etc. That protocol is fucking insane. If you want to see more about what I do, drop me a follow on Instagram. You can drop me a DM if you want to start working right away. And also make sure you check the highlights down below where I have all of the client wins. So you see that I am not a random ass guy who used to sit in his mom's basement with smelly clothes. That's all I will say, bro. Bye bye.